into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Total Divas after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I am Kaori Takee, and I'm joined by two lovely people. I've got Christy Olson. Hello. And the walking Dale Rutledge.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right. And feel free to tweet us along the way throughout the week, however you want to do it. Hashtag ABTV Total Divas. We have a lot to talk about for this episode 16 already. Can't believe it. All hail Brie mode. And you guys are just bumping over there.
I didn't know that song lasted that long.
I'm a little jealous. I'm just talking. You guys are grinding. That's awesome.
We'll let you do all the work.
Yeah, keep on going. Oh, all right. Music's up.
Now we're done.
Got it.
I guess outside of your head, the music's gone.
I'm just getting into my Brie mode. It's getting into my Brie mode.
All right, guys. So overall thoughts of this episode.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say maybe one of the best episodes ever.
Whoa, that's a huge one.
Yes? No, I don't know. It was like 4 episodes worth of stuff, juicy things that I've been wondering about.
Yep.
Okay.
When Foxy got signed on, I was like, are we going to see Bad News Barrett? We had no idea that Natty was dealing with this stuff with her family.
No.
Brie and Nikki are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. It was awesome. I sat there and kept rewinding. I was like, this is 4 episodes worth of stuff.
Wow. I mean, I thought it was a great episode. There had a lot of stuff going on, but I still think my favorite was when John Cena was acting a fool.
Like frat boy Cena, basically.
Yeah, I don't know why, but what do you think overall?
I loved it. I mean, I think I liked the return, that first episode when we came back from the break. I think that was my favorite so far, but there's a very close second.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so very positive reviews on our end. So some highlights. I wanted to mention Cesaro's sighting was real quick. You saw him right before you saw Wade Barrett.
That's right.
Yeah, and I got excited about seeing Wade Barrett too, but then you realize you're gonna see a lot of Wade Barrett, so that's cool.
Yeah.
He's a juicy one.
Also, Xavier Woods made a very small, quick cameo, but good for
Long
him.
enough to let us know what he thought of Brie mode.
Yes. And actually, a lot of them made some random cameos because Alicia in the beginning was scaring them from under the table.
That was so great. Even her boss.
Yeah.
She got towards the end
Yeah.
there. She even got Mark Carano.
She did not care. Yeah, Mark Carano, you getting it. You getting it.
And the face he made too was just like, what?
Do I have to pretend I think this is funny? Are they shooting?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like only Alicia and Rosa that actually really enjoyed it. So
Natty,
weird.
not so much.
Yeah.
She comes in and dampers the fun.
She's like, no, you scared me. It just was weird. It's like, okay.
And Renee Young was there at the beginning too, which was kind of cool. She's the WWE commentator.
I love Renee Young.
And I think she does their after show on E! I think.
Yeah,
She does when they had a reunion. On
Uh-huh.
E! She's hosted it, but they didn't do a reunion for second season. I've actually been wondering if they're going to pull one out for this season 3.
It'd be interesting.
I think that's a great format for Renee because that sit-down longer form, she really excelled at it, and I think it was a good move for her. So I hope they do it again.
I agree.
This season.
I want her job too much to like her.
Ah!
So it's not your fault, Renee. It's not your fault.
Keeping it real, Christy.
She's adorable.
Yes. Yeah, so those were some of my highlights, but let's first talk about Alicia, because she obviously had a relationship with Wade Barrett. And it's interesting for us because there was rumors swirling that they had something going on, but now it's been officially confirmed. What happens? Hopefully we get to hear about it, but Alicia isn't over the whole situation.
Not even close.
Yeah, I mean, she says
And we learned
she's
that
done.
it was a 2-year relationship, so that's justifiable.
It's pretty long,
Yeah.
but Wade has been out in injury and now he's coming back, so suddenly she sees him backstage and it's making her really, really uncomfortable.
He makes her sick.
Not Brie mode sick, but sick.
Yes.
Yeah, I was surprised for her to say that this was the first. I mean, she's 28,
Yeah.
so I guess it's plausible, but I was surprised that she said this was the very first time she's ever been in love.
Yes.
And that explained, that kind of painted the picture better for me, because I thought, like, things happen, especially the WWE. It seems like all the divas are dating one of the wrestlers. I mean, look at the whole cast, almost, So to me, I was like, oh, yeah, you should probably be over it. But we find out later that she just...
And it ended abruptly, too, because for her, I felt like the way she was talking about it, she didn't really have closure. She didn't understand why he broke up with her.
Sounds like he was just like, so listen, gotta go, bye.
Right.
Yeah.
And that made me wonder, I mean, especially a girl like Alicia Fox, don't you say, okay, but why? It just made me more curious. Every little detail that we learned about the relationship made me want to ask 100 more questions.
And she tried to ask him why finally in this episode. Maybe to some people he gave her a good answer, but for me it was still kind of that little hogwash answer.
More questions.
You know?
Like, but why wasn't she the girl you saw yourself spending your life with?
But it was commendable.
I thought the way he handled it was pretty,
yeah.
upper echelon feeling.
Because I could like him even more.
Yeah, because he's one of my favorite wrestlers, and I just thought that this conversation could get real bad real quick. Like, let's talk about this now in front of a camera, huh?
But he was really good about it.
He was so good.
Considering. Yeah, and he let her know she's a great girl. He just didn't see a future with her, and I guess that makes sense.
He's like, we were friends before. We tried this. It didn't work out. Let's continue to be friends again.
Yeah.
Were either of you thinking that maybe the new girlfriend slid in there pretty quick? Like maybe the reason why he broke it off with Alicia was because he had found someone new that he wanted to be with?
I don't know the timeline between Alicia and the new girl. I don't know if it was like a week. So I know.
I tried to Google it all. No answers.
So I have no idea.
And it doesn't seem like it's another diva, right?
No. She's a Canadian TV host or something like that.
That's probably lucky
Don't quote
because
me.
Alicia might lose her lid.
Yeah,
right.
She lost her lid to poor little Rosa Mendez.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to help her out. But I will say this. I think that Rosa was being a little pushy.
Yes, very.
If my girlfriend is having issues, I usually say, you want to talk about it? I'm here. If she doesn't want to talk about it, I'm not about to
We're not talking about it. Yeah.
So.
But I mean, that was kind of the point, though. Rosa was saying, like, you need to talk about this. Like, it doesn't have to be with me per se. She didn't say that. But she was trying to, get her to talk about it so she can work it out. And it just made Alicia react really negatively. But I think her point was, it's been a minute. You need to talk this out with somebody, probably Wade.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, and I think when she started to tear up, that maybe would have been the time to just shut it down.
Yeah, she probably should have backed off. But Rose is not the most aware.
How would you guys have felt if a friend of yours kept pushing on for you to talk about your emotions with the breakup? Would you guys react the way Alicia did? Because she straight up said the F word to
I would have done that immediately instead of letting it go on for the 2 to 5 to 10 minutes, however long that car ride was.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty forthcoming with emotion, so I don't know. I like talking stuff out. It usually helps me work through it.
Yeah, I like to talk too. Oh. Yeah. This is kind of interesting to see Alicia in such a vulnerable state because she's gorgeous, she's talented, and to watch her just kind of weak and
she had to pull the cap over her head just to say the sentence. She definitely has been gripped by Wade Barrett.
And for it being her first season on the show, sometimes people are not comfortable in front of the cameras yet, or they don't give that much of themselves. She is really just being honest, open book girl, and we're learning so much about her.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I really like her and Paige in the addition to the cast.
Yeah, I mean, they're both great for the show. And say what you will about Rosa, I think, Rosa can be a little whoop whoop.
Give or
but
take.
all three of them are pretty much like, this is what I'm feeling, so I'm going to tell you right now what's going on. I like that.
I've noticed that Rosa has been in every single episode ever since her inception, quote unquote. But I'm just curious to see, what are they going to do with her? Because they had something going with her last, the first half of this season where Summer Rae kind of jacked her man and she was looking for love, but now she's
You hated that they just let that die, didn't you?
I want to see that retribution,
That cat fight.
That has to happen.
And we've seen Summer since that happened. I mean, she was in today's episode, so it's kind of interesting that they're just like, nah.
Maybe it'll come back.
Maybe
there's a rotation.
Please don't take that as meaning we want to see Summer Rae. If you're producers, if you're watching.
Yeah, I like her not on the show. That's fine.
Right?
Totally fine.
Yeah, she was a real witch on the show. Well done. Let's talk a little bit about Natty because her father who's legendary. Now we see him on the show, and he's going through some addiction problems, and Natty's struggling to help him because he doesn't want any help.
Yeah.
He's kind of in denial with everything, but she's stressed out, so she reaches out to TJ to get help with TJ. What do you guys think of this whole thing?
Well, that was such a sweet scene between TJ and Natty, and we've all been wondering what the heck is going on with those two.
Yep.
Well, obviously, if he's willing to come right in, and he said to her, what do you need me to do? And of course I'll help. I mean, that's the TJ that we know. We're still wondering what the problem is, because that's the TJ we see a lot.
You know what's funny is...
Except for last week.
TJ sitting there, I was kind of scared he was going to be like, what do I have to do with this? I was kind of scared because...
Is that what you saw coming?
I thought it was a possibility because he's been kind of a jerk.
Lately, that is true. That is true. Lately he has been. Well, I like to see him being a good hubby.
Yeah.
And it was sweet between them. He was really obviously there for her. He was rubbing her back. I mean, we haven't seen those two touch each other for like 2 seasons since the wedding.
Yeah.
And it was also really sad to see his lower third say... Natty's
Estranged.
estranged husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Oh, is this really happening? So how'd you guys feel seeing Natty's legendary father going through this? Did that hit a special place for you guys, considering?
Well, it was sad to feel what Natty was saying about him. I thought touched me more is that, you know, like, you're this amazing thing, and then you're in your 50s and you're not doing your thing anymore. And so even the conversation we heard was him reminiscing about the glory days, basically.
Yeah.
So that to me was the saddest part, was to think that, you know, I mean, these all kind of go hand in hand with the addiction and stuff. It's like he's trying to hold on to something that doesn't exist anymore, and so the drugs probably enable him to do that or something. You know, I don't know the full story there, exactly what he's addicted to, but I love that WWE comes in and they have a program for anyone who's trying to get off of drugs,
Which
whatever.
is great.
And they've helped a lot of people.
Yeah, and they pay for it full out, and that's amazing to me. So good on them for doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't surprised at all to hear that he's having these issues. I don't know if anyone watched the Ric Flair, Rowdy Roddy Piper celebrity wife swap. If you guys haven't seen it out there's so much good, juicy wrestling stuff in there.
Really?
But Ric Flair, too, just continues to try to live his glory days. And he goes out every single night because he wants to meet the fans and buy them a drink. And it's so obvious how much it hurts these guys to not be in that role anymore.
I'm sure they miss it.
Which makes sense. I mean, yeah. It's rough when your mind wants to go on, but your body won't let you.
And these guys are all from the period of time where I kind of think maybe they were pumped with a lot of pills. No one really cared a lot about addiction back then. You know, there wasn't a TMZ camera everywhere.
Totally.
Yeah, so I wasn't really surprised to hear that he was having these issues.
Yeah, it was kind of nice, not nice. How do I... Nice
Endearing?
No, I would say, like, I enjoyed this storyline, to see this and see, like, oh, see, like, this is what they go through.
It's real.
Yeah, it felt real. And it was good to see Natty and TJ coming together to help each other out. And maybe there's a sign of them maybe rekindling something.
Well, even if not, it was nice that whatever is going on with the two of them isn't affecting how TJ is being as a person. When she needed help,
yes,
she was able to reach out, and he was totally receptive to it, and for the better good of the scenario. Because honestly, last episode, was it? I think just them going out, you know, on Raw, and then came backstage, he was like, we're not having fun when we're out there. You know, like
such a jerk.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, so it's nice that they can at least have some moments. Again, I don't know where this is going with the two of them, but
yeah, and that her parents are still all cool with him just makes me kind of think more that maybe the whole storyline is being exaggerated a little bit. Their problems.
Like, you look at their Instagrams and stuff; they're still hooking up. So.
Right? Yeah.
And they've been together for over a decade, so I'm sure, especially when you're the dad-in-law or whatever, you know, it's kind of like hard to be like, what's going on with you guys? Like, it's like, I'm just gonna act normal. Tell me when to stop acting normal.
He's dealing with quite some other stuff as well. So
well, we also learned during that conversation, like Natty said, she sat down and talked with Hunter, Triple H, for an hour on a Tuesday or something, which seems random, but you know, for somebody who's so busy that they actually do, as a corporation, care about these people who aren't making them money anymore, you know, essentially, that they want to get him into rehab, and that Triple H cares about this guy getting his spot in the Hall of Fame, cleaning himself up so that he can kind of come back and be that idol. That really touched me a lot too.
Yeah, right? That's what I was saying. Like, this whole storyline was like, oh, this feels real.
Yeah.
This feels real. let's talk about something crazy. We'll talk about some Brie mode action. So Paige,
Finally.
this is the best part, guys. So Paige wants to get Brie in Brie mode because they are traveling to the UK, Paige's home country, and she's determined to get Brie insane in the membrane. They basically take shots of worms, and Nikki isn't very happy because Nikki wants Brie to be sober and clean for their match the following day.
Surprisingly, like, motherly.
Yeah, this is a total flip-flop.
Thank you.
Because I was like, wait, this is Nikki saying she's going to bed? Because
Yeah.
I remember last half of a season even, where did they go? Not Cabo, but...
They went, I think, to a bachelorette
What's
party or
Cabo?
something.
Was it Cabo?
Somewhere in Mexico, yeah.
some beachy destination. And she was trying to, come on, Brie mode. And she's like, no,
Yeah.
no, I ain't doing Brie mode, no.
They even got in a
Right.
fight.
Yeah, they got in a fight over
They got in a
it.
fight because Nikki really wanted to see her sister be in Brie mode and
crazy.
insane.
And Brie was just talking about the house the whole time.
Yes.
Even when they were getting a massage, she's like, should I put in those shutters?
Yes.
It's like, shut up.
I think she was so involved with Brian then, and it was the wedding and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we know that he doesn't like Brie mode.
Yeah.
So that was maybe in the back of her mind then. And I was kind of wondering where he was on this tour or with them, or I sort of expected
I
him to
think
pop up and
he
be
was
like, what the
injured
heck
still,
are you
right?
doing?
He was still injured at this
of
point,
course,
so I think
yeah.
maybe he was home.
He was at home.
That also helped.
Yeah.
I'm sure that helped a lot.
But I didn't-
When the cat goes away, when the
mouse.
when the cat stays home, then the mouse goes and plays in Europe.
Brie mode is in there somewhere.
We have to fix that one up.
yeah, see, I was like disappointed in the way that went. I was hoping Nikki would,
Have fun with
have
it.
fun with it. Yeah, but Brie's kind of cute when she's drunk.
I like her.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a huge... I mean, if I had to pick a Brie or Nikki, I would always pick Nikki just because, I don't know. I
See,
like her
I'm the other
better.
one.
Yeah.
I think I'm Brie.
I don't know. I don't... Yeah. But this
She
was
gets a
great.
hell of a lot more likable in Brie mode.
Yeah.
Right?
Very
Yeah, she
likable.
does.
And how clever of Paige to just be like, okay, because Nikki is basically telling her how to set it up.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
So Paige
yeah.
is like, oh, really? That's how I do it? Great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to order shots without you knowing. They just kept coming. She's like, oh, I guess we got to do them. And Brie was like, yeah. And so that was perfect.
5 of them are
yeah.
already
I was
there.
like, Lord.
What did you guys think of Nikki going up to Brie's hotel in the morning and not getting an answer, going downstairs, asking them to open her door, and then they did it like that? I thought that was weird.
That was weird too. Yes.
I don't think that's usually normal. But
No.
I think what we missed is that she showed her ID. The last name is the same as the one on the thing. Maybe she's listed on the room. There had to be some kind of
I hope so.
Yeah.
technical
it's under
thing. You can't just be like,
WWE.
that's my sister.
Because if it's that easy in the UK.
Haven't you noticed she looks like me? Let me in her room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we just missed some of the technical mumbo jumbo.
Okay,
that
good.
She could have
probably-
just as well said, I locked myself out of my room.
Yeah.
I am Brie
that's-
Bella.
that's
Or, you know.
But I mean, Nikki was determined to get that door open. If it was
she
me,
was.
I would have been like, okay, forget this. I'm going to the gym by myself. Obviously, she's hungover or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she went in there and as a consequence got barf all over her shirt.
Worm barf, nonetheless.
I know. At least it was sister barf.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and then they started cussing each other out. It was,
It was kind of hilarious, though. It was like, you wanted to know
so
what she was
funny.
doing? This
Yeah.
is what she's doing. Puking on you.
yeah.
Or puking on her.
Do you guys think Nikki exaggerated or just took it too, like she was too sensitive about it?
About the vomit thing or about Brie drinking in general?
Just both.
Because she was kind of right. I mean,
Vomit was gross.
Vomit was gross.
If y'all puked on me, regardless of the scenario, we're going to have to not talk about it for a minute.
we're going to be talking about it on the
Don't
after
wake
show.
me up in the morning. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, she didn't even get out of bed. That was like up, out.
I think she got out, right?
Done.
She just got up.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
just
she
got
stood
up
up and that was the end of it.
But when she walks in the room, you can even see Brie like jolt, like right as she comes in. She's like, "What in the heck?" So I like that
And
whole
you brought
scene.
the cameras?
Yeah, like that's what you get, dummy.
Yeah. So Nikki's really upset, and then they're backstage getting ready for Brie's match versus, AJ, and they're fighting about the stupidest stuff about still being, why are you drinking? Why are you drinking? You're hungover or whatever. And even saying, oh, I have a fatter tummy than you or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird stuff going on.
I was like, yeah, that's not
And
an
how
argument
was
I've
Brie
had.
not
I know.
hungover? Like, she's like, I feel fine.
Paige
like,
too, though,
We
I mean-
saw you drink all that, girl.
You know-
yeah, that's true.
It's impressive.
Maybe they go hard more often than they want us to think.
I'll tell you something. If you're hungover and you barf, it helps.
It's true.
It does.
And she did keep saying she got it all out.
She certainly did. She certainly did. And
She just kept saying that so she could rub it in Nikki's face as she puked on her.
yeah.
She's like, well, I did get it out of my sister. You know, she's doing it so overemphasized.
Out of my system onto my sister.
That was so funny.
It's like, yuck.
And Brie did a good, performed pretty well, and Nikki had to admit that she didn't seem hungover.
Yeah.
So,
She's like, the one thing I'll give you is the match went well.
yeah. I just
Which was her main concern. So
Yeah, which I still don't understand why Nikki was just putting Brie under the microscope for having fun when previous episodes ago she was.
They are continuously
just weird.
flip-flopping on what
They
they
are.
feel. It's like, what are you into? I'm the opposite. Like, it's almost
like they just
specifically
know
that.
there has to be two roles that are sort of like opposite from each other, and they're just gonna play whichever one.
I think that's why I flip-flop too between which one is my favorite of the week. Because sometimes it's Brie, sometimes it's Nikki.
So was Nikki your favorite this week?
No.
Okay.
I felt like Brie deserved to have
You
some
weren't feeling
fun.
that lecturing, huh?
If I got to have some fun with Paige,
Oh
of
my gosh.
course.
Right?
Of course.
And she could have stayed and had fun too. She wasn't technically even wrestling in that match. Like,
Of all people,
Seems like.
she was just,
you've been begging for Brie mode. Here it is right in front of you.
yeah.
You're going
Well,
to bed?
I kind of wondered if John Cena and Nikki were like treating this as like some sort of vacay together.
That's a good point.
You know, it was cute when Mark Carrano came in at the beginning of the episode. It was like, does everyone have their passports? And Nikki was like, yep, I have John's too. He's like,
God.
thank you.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
missed
so I
that.
wonder if it's more of like, I got to get back to the hotel with my man. You know, we're doing this little year
That's
thing
probably
together.
smart. Yeah. And
You
with Brian
know.
not there, presumably,
Right.
Brie
There
is
you
definitely
go.
going to be into it. So,
I guess
And
when-
Paige saw an opportunity.
yeah.
She did. And that's what I love about Paige too. She finds every opportunity to do something bad or have them influence like just a fun factor.
Yeah. She loves to have fun.
She's such a great addition to this cast. I'm so happy.
Well,
with
and
her.
she was so happy to be in the UK. And thing that I noticed that I thought was so cute is that when she's excited, she seems as young as she is.
Yeah.
You know, usually
Right.
she's like very mature and she's being a badass, but when she's like, yay, Brie mode and yay, I'm home, you're like, oh, you are 21 or 22 or, you know, she seemed like sort of a little girl. It was really cute.
Even her reactions to things like when Rosa Mendez tried to make out with her. Oh,
Yeah.
That's cute. Really cute.
I did love the line, like, it's not a myth, it's a legend. Brie mode.
That was a good one.
Yes.
That was a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good-
Many gifs on Twitter of that one.
Yeah, really good. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about this episode?
Oh, I just saw in my notes, BBB being so hot and nice during convo.
BBB.
Bad News Barrett.
Oh, yeah.
He just can't get any more fantastic.
I'm wondering if we're gonna see more of him.
I wonder.
You know they'd love that.
I would love that.
But
I
she,
know, me too.
she doesn't.
Can someone start dating Dolph Ziggler or Ryback, please?
Oh, yeah,
I
I forgot
them
about
on
your
this
Ryback
show.
stuff.
She
I know,
likes
right?
Ryback.
Yeah.
I may be the only one.
I mean, tell me why. Hold on.
It's mostly about the inspirational story
Okay.
and a little bit about the muscles. I like the bald head too.
And he is very driven. Like, he read The Secret and truly, like, used that
Yes.
as inspiration to change his life. And so he,
I'm all about that
yeah,
stuff.
I think that's cool.
I
That
thought you said
cheesy
he
stuff.
read The Secret. I mean, I thought you said he wrote The Secret. I'm like, he wrote The Secret? He is real
He's
smart.
not there yet, I don't think. Yeah. Mm-mm.
He must have been one of the ones that went to college. Actually, he is one of the few that actually went to college.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Guess we all had our men.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, back to Total Divas.
Moving on.
All right, guys, so let's talk about some gossip. I have a little bit.
Ooh, I got a couple things.
TV news.
Okay, from Russell Zone, Paige spoke with, this is news from Russell Zone, Paige spoke with Elvis Duran and The Morning Show, and she basically said, quote, "We like to play pranks on people. We love to go on trips. There's an episode coming up where we go to Key West. Things just get wild when we go to Key West. I make absolutely horrible decisions all the time."
Yay, can't wait to see that.
Yep, it's very cool. I'm very excited to see how this
I make
season
bad
goes
decisions.
on.
It's very
It's
cool.
the best thing
Yeah.
ever.
I love it. She's like, I'm not.
No
I'm
shame.
terrible.
You gotta
Yep.
appreciate that.
And a little quick synopsis for next Sunday. Total Divas is going to air head-to-head with Fastlane, the pay-per-view coming up. I wonder which one's going to do better in ratings. But anyway, here is...
Oh, it's like
We'll be watching them both. So
apples and oranges, though.
I
'cause
know, right?
One is only on the network. It's not really on
Yeah.
cable.
I don't like when they go head-to-head. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's happened before, and it's kind of a weird.
Yeah.
I know, because then I
thing,
just
but-
have to wait to watch the Total Divas episode.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, dear.
And I can't look at Twitter for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
Well, I'm trying to tweet about
Exactly.
Fastlane.
Exactly. So here's a synopsis for the episode next week, which is going to be titled Mo Money, Mo Purses. So Natty renovates her mom's house. Brie tries to help with Nicole's out-of-control spending habits. And Eva Marie, who we haven't seen in the past two episodes, starts to fear the worst for her dad's health. And so she comes up with a Vegas bucket list for him.
They've touched a little bit on that with Eva's dad, and it kind of has had me wondering, again, just more questions. So I really can't wait to see that. Her family is always explosive. They always find something to talk about.
Her brothers are there just like, every time she shows up. So I'm like, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her.
Yeah, but I mean, she's like the only girl.
She handles it well, yeah.
She does.
But
as far as Nikki Bella's spending habits, she is spending somebody else's money. So what the heck difference does it make?
I love how you guys always say that. You're like, John Cena's money, you mean?
Yeah. And we know he had to give a bunch of it to an ex-wife. She's like, I better spend it now before it goes in the alimony bucket.
she makes plenty of money.
That's true too.
Yeah.
She's doing fine.
Yeah, they're both worth like $1 million. I've read somewhere.
I'm sure, like, even if she wasn't with John Cena, she'd be able to buy some Louis Vuittons and stuff. I mean, that's just not me, but a lot of girls like that stuff.
Yeah, she's into it.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, if I could, I'd probably buy a pair.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
just one, just to have them.
Oh, and you would never wear them. They'd be in like a little gold glass case.
You know it. Oh yes, I am that girl. Puts them on the shelf. Just talk about them. They're just a centerpiece.
Break in case of a fashion emergency.
Yes. But guys, OMG. Speaking of fashion and things, I have major, huge news.
Uh-oh.
Foxy got bangs.
Wait, is this the news?
You didn't call me on this?
I know.
Lord.
I was freaking out myself.
Wait, doesn't she have bangs? Okay.
Yeah, she was rocking them in a recent picture. So that is a huge bomb, just for everybody out there. I know.
How does it look? Because I haven't seen it.
She looks cute. She can rock whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
girl.
she's amazing.
So beautiful. But the other thing that actually is a major news flash, Nikki and Brie, what do you think they did today, people? They shot the cover of Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine.
Hey.
I didn't even know those are hers. Good for them.
Yeah, that's the one that Eva Marie has been on, I think, a couple times. Yeah, so they will be on the next cover. Like I said, they shot it today. They were very excited about that. And also, Eve Torres Gracie, former diva, has challenged Natty in this really cool charity thing called Beast Mode for the Brave.
Okay.
The proceeds of this go to soldiers and like wounded soldiers, a couple different charities. And so Eve has challenged Natty. It's some kind of like thing where they have to take a video and they're like lifting big weights or doing something beast mode-y.
I see.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's
that
cool.
should be interesting to see what Natty pulls out for that, because you know she wants to take a chance to prove herself and raise some money for a good cause.
Yeah. Natty's always gung-ho about that.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, and she was at a charity event this past episode, too.
Oh,
Wasn't
Oh,
but
that was
meet and
a
greet site?
meet and greet.
That was a meet and greet, yeah.
Oh.
How cool is that? If you just walk into a room of fans and they clap for you, they come up to your table and tell you how great you are.
Where
Can we
was
set
that,
up?
though? That was such a weird... It was like a hotel room. I felt like people were smoking. They weren't, but it just felt like they were. It was something weird going on in that room.
At the arena, maybe, or something?
I guess, but for Raw, I don't know. It just seemed.
I wanted to know how much those people paid for that.
I was curious, but
because I'm thinking a lot of the
yeah.
superstars probably came in, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
And I did feel bad for her when the fan asked her, "How's your dad?"
Yeah, he basically asked everything that she didn't want to talk about. He was like, "Oh, how's your dad doing? Is he doing good? He's doing fine. How's TJ? You guys happy? Married? Liking that? You know, basically like." Get out of my face. She
Right,
was
you
so
know that
good
guy
with
thought
it.
about that for like days.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, what am I gonna ask? What am I
What
gonna
am I gonna
ask?
say? What am I gonna say?
So he's like, "You want to told you." He's like, "I need to know these questions."
Here's to you, guy who was trying to get some answers for us.
Yeah.
Right? All right, guys, let's move to some predictions.
And
I love this
now,
part.
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Even without predictions, I just say it because I want this to happen.
It is pretty
For it to
fun.
feel like Halloween for 20 seconds in here.
I like it.
So do you guys have any predictions? Because I don't know.
No, after
I predict
this
that
episode,
David
next
Hasselhoff is
episode.
going to try to molest
God.
Nikki and Brie Bella if that
yes.
didn't already happen.
You know,
I cannot believe
so
what a
funny, it's
creeper
true.
he was being.
Such a
and his
creeper.
girlfriend was right there too on the red carpet when he was talking so
Yeah.
dirty. Ooh.
And it's funny how Nikki was like, "Let's just stick to the teleprompter."
Yeah, she's like, I get it. I wrestle. That's
Yeah,
cute.
yeah,
Let's
right.
just talk normal.
Good one, Hassel.
Gosh.
Why don't you go do another SpongeBob?
Which you said, by the way, was good. So I know.
Yes, definitely go see
Oh
that.
yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Sponge out of water.
That's how I feel sometimes, guys.
So what do you predict is going to be the bad thing that Paige mentioned she does in the Key West?
Is that going to be the guy? Remember, we saw a little bit of her grabbing some guy and kissing him. That seemed kind of random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Some
maybe just a
bartender
lot of
probably.
drinking. Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
on the beach.
That's not bad. That's just fun. Okay, well.
I wonder. I can't wait. Well, you know what? After this last episode, when like a million things happened, next week's better be good, or it's gonna seem very like wah,
I'm
wah
sure it's
to
gonna
me,
be good.
You know,
I feel like they wouldn't have crammed so much in this one if they didn't have something good.
more good stuff
coming
in the next
up,
episode.
yeah, 'cause they really,
can
like
all
you
be like
said,
this from here on out.
They could have
That'd be
stretched it out a
exciting.
lot more because there's so much. But I liked all the action.
I'm missing some John Cena too in the show. I want to see a little bit of him. He's so enjoyable on Total Divas.
Yeah, we just saw that one little peck. One little kiss.
I didn't even see that. I was like,
It was like a 1 second.
Yeah.
It was where they go and throw in all these random shots that don't even connect to each other.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
showed at one point Nikki stretching and Brie in like a pink outfit, and then 2 shots later it was the both of them walking, and the other one was dressed and the other one wasn't. I'm like, you guys think we don't notice these things? It was
Christy does.
yes, it was almost as bad as when they're showing matches and they cut to like people chanting yes and like going all crazy, and you can see the people in the front row not giving a crap at all.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
Sounds like
Who's
SmackDown.
editing this?
They do what they gotta do. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that completes our after show for this week. But all week long, continue to tweet us #ABTV Total Divas. Where can everyone find you guys?
At Wormbarf. No, I'm kidding.
On
Tweet me
Nikki's
about
left breast.
Wormbarf.
Would you guys try that? Would you guys try a worm shot? Because I
Sure,
was
yeah.
so disgusted, but I think I would.
I've worked at tequila bars where there's scorpions in there
God.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But the point is for the worm to be in the tequila
Does it
and
work?
be soaked with tequila.
Right.
make you
Like
So
a
why
fruit.
were they all just all like dry
Yeah.
in a bottle like
Oh,
that? You
that
don't
made no
even get
sense.
anything out of that.
Does it make you drunker?
Yeah, because it sucks up a lot of the liquor. It's just like putting fruit in or
Exactly.
anything.
It's like
that-
infusing
you know.
anything, really, but
Okay, well-
that wasn't infused. It was just sitting in
No.
the jar.
That was just a worm.
Y'all got tricked.
This might have to happen at WrestleMania. I'm just saying.
All right, yeah. It's on.
Ooh.
It's the AfterBuzz reality show. Road to WrestleMania.
That's what we should really do with that
I
club.
know, right? We really should. Okay, where can people find
Oh, okay,
you?
so actually tweet me at Christy Reports. Let me know what you think.
Oh, yeah.
Worm bar.
I am The Walking Dale on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on youtube.com/dishingonmovies. We did a 50 Shades of Grey truffle recipe.
It was so cute. They're funny too. Hilarious.
Truffles.
You know, oh, I should have brought some in.
Next week.
They're pretty easy. You can make them yourself. Check it out.
Yeah, that's not. You clearly haven't been in my kitchen. Even if it's easier, it don't matter.
And you guys can follow the whole AfterBuzz team at AfterBuzz TV. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And in the meantime, follow me, Kaori Kaorius, and we'll catch you guys next week for some more Total Divas.
Yay! Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.